Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and boils and ghouls, as my good friend the Crypt Keeper would say, a puppet that I idolized as a 3-year-old. Oh, by the way, don't let your 3-year-olds watch Tales from the Crypt, or else they'll end up like Johnny Jones, and I'm here at home, and today we have a 10 SOS emergency CB kit by Cobra, which was Cobra's attempt to capitalize on the 1990s mobile communication craze. Now, I know that this is just a basic radio. There's nothing, nothing that will beat what I have, so why did I go out of my way to buy this? Well, for one, it's still in the packaging, and two, it's a relic of a specific age in which CB had gotten really, really big, started to wane due to the like the GMRS, the VHF frequencies that they were starting to use for business bands and stuff like that. People were, and cell phones is exactly what Cobra was trying to capitalize on here too. People in the early 90s and the mid 90s, a lot of them didn't have cell phones, but cell phones were around. It was saw as sort of a higher class businessman item, but people were seriously starting to get interested in the cell phone and the use you could have in being able to call 911 or get help on the side of the road. So this is Cobra's response to it. Now, the family on the front tells me that this is from 1994, 5, 6, 7, because they pulled a stock image of a guy trying to sell this family a Ford Explorer. I don't know what this has to do with the emergency kit, but they obviously pulled this stock image. As you'll notice, the girl and the woman, who I assume would be wife of this guy, is looking at this handsome hunk of faded blue jean, tight-crotched, wearing short-sleeved, collared guy with a 90s haircut. And this guy over here is going, what the hell is he talking about? What is he trying to sell us? That's an interesting thing about women and men, is that men count on statistics most of the time to figure out if someone's bullshitting them or not, and women will go on their emotions, the emotion of the person talking to them, to see if they're lying or not. Both clever ways of finding out if someone's bullshitting you. So, take your wife with you to the car dealership. Now, let's check out the buzzwords that they're using. Proven reliability. I have to say it like that, don't I? Plugs conveniently into cigarette lighter. Which, that cigarette lighter, I'm thinking of some dumbass out there with a cigarette lighter trying. What are they talking? Okay, all right, Johnny, stop. Complete mobile communication. Mobile communication. Notice that word. They really want to capitalize that. Emergency flag included, which is great, I guess. They didn't have enough stuff to put in the box, so they included a plastic flag. It's easy to use, it says. The kit includes the microphone hanger clip. That's the most important thing in the world when you're in an emergency situation. Magnet mount antenna and emergency flag. A plastic emergency flag. Everything you need for mobile communication, obviously, again, is here. Microphone connector, squelch, off, on, channel up and down button, the major things that you need that's in any basic radio. LED channel display and basic instructions on the top of the radio. Hey, we will open it in a minute. Let me talk. It's easy to use. Remember that. Now, what we're going to do with this is we're going to do a little bit of a range test. Now, I'm not going to do it today because, ladies and gentlemen, this is the last video I will make in 2020. That's right, we are about 40 minutes away from 2021. I'll talk about that in the ending when I'm going to do a sort of a radio. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I think I'm going to turn the radio on about the time it hits 12 o'clock, and we'll see what happens. We'll see if anyone's yelling or whatever, or shooting or screaming angrily and while they're drunk. Talk from car to car, car to police. I highly doubt that now. Car to base and car to service center. So service centers actually had CB radios. Interesting. All right, so let's crack this baby open. Okay, so it appears there's two separate boxes inside. I'm going to guess that one is accessories and the other is the radio, but we will go ahead and see Now, if I had a mount, I could do one of those slow unboxing videos where I stay really quiet and let you get those ASMR head tingles, but you know me, I'm not going to shut up for 5 minutes to let you know what the hell's going on. Or maybe that's a good thing. Oh, okay. So this is the flag, the emergency flag, some instructions. Yeah, this is the magnet mount, and there's a bracket here, looks like, with, this is just like some stuff that they basically were selling already with the Cobra 10 and stuck in here. And my God, what a, come on guys, you couldn't do better than this. Yeah, okay, we'll look at that in a minute. Yeah, so you get a little pamphlet here. I don't really know. Please call Cobra first. Do not return this product to the store. A lot of stuff there. I don't know. I might look into that. Maybe we'll take a look at that and see if there's anything interesting in there. And oh my God, help! That is a really scary help sign. I don't know what's so creepy about it, but I wouldn't pull over for that. I kind of slow down and look to see if they were normal people. Okay, let's see what's in the other box here. By the way, if you guys know of a camera mount that'll work with an iPhone 6, yes, I am that poor, and let me know. Okay, yeah, here's the radio. Everything's wrapped up like Christmas. I didn't make a Christmas video, by the way, so happy Hanukkah and happy Merry Christmas and all that stuff. I don't really celebrate Christmas, but if you guys do, hope you got a lot of great stuff, and I wish you Happy New Year, but we'll get to that soon. Plug in a cigarette lighter, attach antenna to roof, attach small connector from antenna to back of radio, plug in microphone. Turn on, set volume, unit automatically. What is that? Let's take it out of here. Let's one-handed do this. Is that plug actually in the back of the radio? Okay, so the plug actually comes in the back of the radio. And don't take that the wrong way. My God, one hand. I'm gonna, okay. Ah. All right. Yeah, turn on, set volume, unit automatically tunes to emergency channel 9. Speak clearly and slowly into the microphone to request assistance and wait for reply. For normal usage, set squelch to lowest setting, rotate left to right until background noise stops. I wouldn't use squelch if I was really looking for emergency contact. Use channel 19 for traveling information. That's interesting right there. That they put that in there. That's, you know, usually this is all FCC stuff, you know, but that's a really useful thing. Yeah, 19 is really nice for, well, not around here, but I know in some places 19 is still the thing. That's really great to add. Simple radio, Cobra 10 Ultra. I've never used one of these, but this is supposed to be the large LED display. My finger is either gigantic or that's not large. Oh, that's a thumb. That's right. Hey, don't get me on that finger thumb thing. I know. So let's go ahead and unpack all the stuff and put it out. That way you don't see me one-handed. Okay, so this is everything set up. Well, not set up, but set out. They give you a little Allen wrench here so you can put the top in the little the top of the antenna together. This does actually connect to the back of the radio, so that's good to see. That they, I mean, I didn't expect them to just throw this in here and have you solder it together, but I do like the fact that they just didn't give you two wires sticking out of a radio, because that's what they seem to do half the time. So this may have been custom made for this. I mean, I'm not saying the radio was custom made. I'm just saying that unless these came with a lighter plug initially, then they must have had to put that on. The mic, honest to God, feels really bad here. I mean, it's that's light as paper, but the cord is heavy, but it's got that sort of, it's not a rubberized feeling. It's sort of a plastic crack. You know when you have a really bad cord that sets in the sun and it starts breaking into brittle little pieces? That's what that feels like it's made out of. So definitely not a high quality mic. The Cobra, I don't know if it works or not. let's go ahead and see in a minute when I'll get my power supply out. We'll plug this thing up and see if it works, because it's been sitting in the box for, you know, it could be, I know it's over 20 years. I'm just going to say 25 years. That's about right. So, I don't even know if it works. The capacitors might be junk. It might blow up as soon as we turn it on. But I think I was wrong about this antenna, and in saying that, oh my God, guys, you could have done better than that. Because I initially thought it was much smaller than this. But if you can see that, I'm going to show you what this looks like compared to one of those cheapo antennas that you get for 20 bucks here. Now this, side by side, is one of those cheap antennas that you get for $20 at, you know, that every company seems to make, that are, you know, not great. They might get you 4 to 7 miles, something like that. I usually like to estimate a little lower, but whatever. So it's not actually that much difference in it. Maybe 2 inches. So, hey, they actually did all right. It's much better than the GE help video that we did, where the antenna was like this damn tall. So, yeah, that one sucked. Don't use that one. Get a better antenna for that one. But I do like the fact that this uses an actual regular UHF cable and PL259 end, instead of those little flimsy, thin, I don't know what they're called, but you'll know what I'm talking about if you've seen my other videos, other videos in the on the G help. It's a really thin line that's got a sort of almost a power connector cord on it, and I prefer seeing this, because at least if you wanted to, you could put a better antenna on this radio and use it with like a Wilson or something. It should work fine. So I do like that. I do like that. Anyways, let's see if this thing turns on, if you haven't already turned off. Well, first off, that's a bad sign. The connector for the mic is warped and won't actually plug into the radio, so I gotta bend that back. There you go. That shows you how cheap the damn mic is. All right, that was one of the hardest things I've ever had to do with a radio, and I don't mean it was hard as a soldering something, but that mic would not plug in there. I had to bend it all kinds of ways, and it's 2 separate pieces of metal that are bent, and that makes this mic plug, and it is cheap, cheap, cheap. I hope the radio is a little bit better built. Moment of truth. It works. Let's see if we can find someone on 15. I don't mean actually find someone by talking. I don't have this plugged up to I don't have this on a metal plane, so I can't transmit, but I'm just hoping to hear someone. Usually people are on there. But since we don't have a ground plane, we're probably going to have trouble hearing people.
Check 1 2 1 2 3. Check.
Okay. So it does work. It's got a really high-pitched whine, and I don't know why that is. It could be an issue with how old it is, and the capacitors could be leaking. I don't know. No idea. But it's got a... I don't know why it's got that high-pitched sound. Okay, we can faintly hear some people there. But even connected to my locker, which is a large piece of metal, although it is set sideways right now, either way, as you can see, it's still not picking up much. But, you know, I didn't expect it to, because, quite frankly, we're talking, or not talking, but we're listening sideways on a tiny little antenna on a locker inside of a house. But the noise is still there. That high-pitched scream is still there. You know, I remember hearing that sound from these smaller radios, and I don't really know why, if it Why exactly? There's a lot of reasons it could be, but I never hear that with a Better Made radio. I don't hear that sort of really high-pitched squeal. I don't get that same noise, so it's not a noise. I don't know. Interesting. Anyways, I guess that's the whole video. In a nutshell, is these were kind of a replacement for, or not a replacement, but it was a poor man's cell phone in a way. That's what they were trying to go for. They basically wanted to sell it on the point of it being an emergency communication device, because I guess they weren't selling enough radios at the time. So they went and did a cash grab with this, because I'm telling you, this is not a great radio.
Video check. 1, 2, 3. Cobra 10 CB test. Cobra 10 mobile CB test.
Sounds pretty rough to me. I'm more impressed by the antenna, but the radio and the Cobra mic that was already bent in the box, even though it was obviously, you saw in 2 cardboard boxes, it couldn't have been bent or crushed, and if it were bent or crushed, then we would have seen the box deformed, obviously. So yeah, cheap stuff, but hey, we're gonna take this out and we're gonna see how far we can reach someone with it, and see if even today you can still get someone to help you on the side of the road. You know, I think a lot of people got off the radio just to go shoot guns this year at 12 o'clock. So I started recording about 30 seconds before midnight. And the guns will start shooting, reach a crescendo, and finally, about 10 minutes later, they'll all stop. But I wanted to record that for you, so I got this clip that's about 2 minutes of just the moments right before and during the stroke of midnight. And I hope you guys enjoy it. This is John Jones. I'm here at home. And I'll see you later. About a minute away, about 30 seconds away, you're about to hear the most shooting you've ever heard. What are you doing, man? It must be 12. Yep. I'm gonna get shot in the head standing here. Well, start of a new year. And I'm not going to pander you guys like most of the YouTubers and say, well, 2020's been rough. I feel bad for you guys, and we'll make it through. But I know you some bitches are fucking tough. I ain't gonna start saying some shit like that. You made it through 2020, you'll make it through 2021, easy. This is Johnny Jones. I'm here at home. And I'll see you next year.